Alrighty. Yes, good
Yep.
evening, everybody.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and start off with a reading from the scripture, and then we'll do a quick prayer, and then we'll get into our game. This is actually from one of my favorite. Yay, hey, X-Bolt. Welcome to the show. This is actually a reading from my favorite
Bible verse.
Bible verse. Thank you. Thank you. Usually when I start
It's been
out
a
these
long day,
things and
guys.
stuff, I struggle. But then once I get the ball rolling, then I can kind of get going. Psalms 3 is my favorite. I've lived by it. I think about it a lot. Just because I feel like a lot of the times, like, the world is closing in on me, and there's so many things and stuff. And in this scripture, it talks about an enemy that's many enemies, and so it's not all about just people. It's about just the spiritual warfare that kind of you go through sometimes, where you just feel the presence of all kinds of things going, and it can be overwhelming. Like, I always struggle with an overwhelming feeling, and this kind of gives me peace through all things. And this is something I even teach my son a lot. We read this, and this has become both our favorite scriptures. So, O Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of my soul, there is no salvation for him in God. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory and the one who lifts my head. I cried out to the Lord, and he answered me from the holy hill. I lay down and I slept, and I woke again, for the Lord sustains me. I will not be afraid, though many thousands of people who have set themselves against me are all around me. Arise, O Lord, save me, my God, for you strike all my enemies on the cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessings be on your people. We praise you, Lord God. We just do thank you. We pray for just the work that we do, Lord God. We praise you that we have the opportunity to be here to tell people about you mainly, but to also get to enjoy and tell a good story and to have a good time. So we just do pray for our listeners. We pray for ourselves, Lord Jesus, and we pray for our world. And we thank you, Lord, in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Cool. Let's go into it. Now you can see us.
Hi.
Hey.
How is everybody doing tonight? Wednesday night, hump day, right?
Yes.
I know. Hey, it's my Friday, so I'm very happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Such a break for me.
Yes, you don't have to take care of the children as much anymore now.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's been a long.
Yeah. Let's go
Oh,
through.
X-Bolt says it's his Wednesday.
It's his Wednesday too. What? It's his Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
today's his
Sorry about
Wednesday.
that. Sorry about that, X-Bolt.
Your Wednesday too.
Is it? Well, yeah, it is my Wednesday too. Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhat.
Yeah. So happy
oh
hump
my
day.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I only have a Monday and then I have a Friday.
Yep.
Pretty much. So, yeah, my job's a little different.
Yeah.
But I'm a 24/7 mom, so there's that. I don't get weekends for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Cool.
yeah. Should we dive into the story right away, or
We're gonna go ahead and go through
first?
some things real quick. Yeah, I wanted to do the shout outs before we get started in the game because I don't fully know if I'm ready. And I get all the things ready, and then I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I give up. Shout out to DC20, the DC20 community. We are running 0.9.5. And
Tempting to anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. I think once we get through this Galdoom campaign, the story, then we're going to go ahead and take a break for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we're going to get into, I'm going to get to play a character, and then my wife's going to run some monsters against me. And I think we're going to try to do something where I'm trying out different characters and seeing how they all play out. So
we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the rule books and, the different character types and different subclasses as well.
Yep.
So it'll be good because then we can actually see these characters in action and see how they play and whatnot. So. And I get to have fun being a scary monster trying to eat his face. So
yeah, pretty much. Let me actually just put this down real quick. The other things I wanted to shout out. Cool. The other things I wanted to shout out is looking forward to. First of all, Bardic Activation is going to be playing in RPGs versus AD. So this should be cool for this week. So if
fun.
you guys are interested in watching some more, it's actually a not DC20, but it's going to be through a friend of ours from the DC20 community, Glenn, and they're going to be running his system, game system, and super simple, more story-wise. But they'll be doing that this Saturday, so look out for Bardic Aggravation for them to do theirs. And then looking forward to Shield Rest. I'm going to be getting to enjoy playing a group game and stuff. I'm excited for it. So.
On Sunday morning, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything at all and stuff, but I'm excited. This is would be the first kind of like gameplay that I'll get to actually, do some fighting. I won't, like I said, I won't go into it too much.
Right away.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I miss the days of getting to play as a group. Just, being being a player rather than
I'm going to be sitting in the other room with the kids watching you.
Oh, gosh. It's not going to be live.
Oh.
I don't think it's going to be live. Nope. Yep.
Darn. Sorry. I was all excited. I'm like, yeah, this will be so much fun to watch him play.
I know. I wish. But yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'll be outside with the kids, letting them play and keeping them out of the way.
Pretty much. So there was something else I wanted to talk about. Our game coming up, RPGs versus AD, Mutants Among Us, Paranoia. We're going to be using skill challenges, which I think will be a lot of fun. So they're going to have to be running up against a bunch of mutants, scum, in the Alpha Complex. Yes. They're just all over the place. We're not
mutants, though.
And, no. Troubleshooters aren't mutants, but there are troubleshooters that turn into mutants.
Right, yes.
That's the likelihood of it. Okay, so, these troubleshooters aren't mutants, though.
No, of course not.
No, none of them have any mutational things and stuff. And if they did, then they will go through the proper training to
well, if we did, that would come out if somebody donated between $1 and $20.
Yep. So all donations, we have a little small donation, which you can any donation of any amount will cause one of a troubleshooter within the game, if they had it, it would activate their mutant abilities.
But we don't have
it. But we don't have, they don't have any, so it shouldn't do anything.
Give us money because, it's for Alzheimer's.
All of it goes is for, and then the $20 above that is going to go ahead and introduce a mutant enemy for them to have to face off against. That's where we'll see the skill challenges.
Yes.
We already have a couple donations ready, so I'm super excited about it.
He's already got these things planned out. He's
I have it somewhat planned out, but I'm going to go straight roleplay. I don't even know what the heck these guys do. You know what I mean? I'm just... It's been a pretty interesting week and stuff. I've been doing some testing, some studying for school. My company sent me back to school for a week, and so I've been just cramming away. But it's really good because it's been giving me ideas for Paranoia gameplay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm like, there's so many just things that are very bureaucracy-esque for school and for studying and to test and to code and everything. And it's just this is going to be, I could add that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, no, he's constantly sitting on his laptop, chuckling to himself as he's sketching out ideas and jotting down ideas. And he's just I just had this really awesome idea for the Paranoia game. And I'm I'm scared.
I always have fun ideas, but then those are just a back thought and I could use them or I couldn't use them. It just depends on the play, how everybody's reacting and talking. Yes. Sometimes these things just come out of nowhere and I'm like, cool, let's run with this. I like this. We were in a game a while back.
Things would be totally normal. Nothing at all.
But it would be totally, no. We ran a game a while back and stuff, and I was really enjoying having fun playing a cyclo teacher. I don't know where it came from, but then I was like, yeah, let's do this.
A cyclo teacher?
Yeah. You guys went into one of the rooms, and he was like, get up on your bikes, let's go. Turn it up to number 3.
Yeah.
Turn it up to, let's go. Yeah, so I was enjoying doing that, running that with them. And
that's right.
I don't know how well the audio went, but it was really just a test thing. You guys can check it out, or just a little thing that we sampled, making sure our cameras work and everything. Because we're going back into actually playing as a group, thankfully. So
yes.
But yeah, so that's that, and then I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You have. Let me just change up the music quick. Why don't you go ahead and introduce your character?
Okay, well, I'm playing Zira. For those of you who don't know, she's a fire genasi hunter, and she hates the Drow with every last fiber of her being. We are currently in the Underdark, working our way to the city of the Drow, where originally I was going to completely just try to enact my vengeance against them, but I've had a little bit of a reality check, so it's more of an intel mission at this point. But
Underdark. Yeah. Forgotten Realms.
it's down under the ground.
It's below
it's
the Upper
really
Dark.
dark.
It's just right below it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need a
Not
scouter
quite
to
to the
kind of
center
take
of
you
the earth,
down.
but
No, not really. Gets a little dark down there.
yeah.
In the Underdark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Does that make sense now, X-Bolt?
Yeah. So we're trying to work our way through the city. Well, we're in Galdoom right now,
Yeah,
which is basically a giant stone moving prison in the city of Methdoom.
correct.
And our mission right now is to destroy it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
You'll never destroy it.
Well, we have the city.
Yeah.
Or we have the... I'm tired too. We have the feather of Methadon. And
Yep,
the
yeah, the
feather
feather
of
of
Methadon
Methadon, yes.
will,
Yes.
in theory...
Yes. You have, Zira, you have made it, yes, into Methdoom. You have made your way into Galdoom, a prison, castle prison that holds a bunch of Methdoomers. You basically started an uprising within these slaves. Like I said before in the past, none of them would even look at a Drow. And now, seeing you,
My hatred has spread.
They were able to raise arms against the Drow, which is kind of cool. Like, I try to put it into the Drow. Drow are in Menzoberranzan, but then they also rule, and they have ruling control in certain parts of the Underdark. So in Methdoom, they have this gigantic rolling prison that they capture all these Methdoomers, and they utilize them to dig through these gigantic chambers and make Methdoom bigger and bigger. And they always have to worry about their homes being crushed because they don't never know where Galdoom will be within the next day or moment. So many of them have been imprisoned. And you are in the high chambers of Galdoom at the very top in the highest castle, where the Drow are high up and kept. Okay, this is a house that holds control over Galdoom. Okay, and yes, you have made it into the priestess's room, and you seem to have had some trouble with Ilzarin. You obviously got the information that he had interest in this Lyadon, this priestess.
Right.
Let me go ahead and switch this over. Boom. Here we go.
Yes, well, they were pen pals for a while.
Yeah.
But I am quite cynical in nature, and I don't think that her talking to him meant what he thought it did. Since Drow females tend to hate Drow males, and
so how it took place and stuff was they were sending back letters back and forth and stuff. He was like writing things, but he was writing things a certain way. And then I think she read one of his letters and was curious about this person. She didn't know exactly who he was or what he was, but then she responded back, and they kept going back and forth, and then playing somewhat of a mind game with one another and stuff. Until I believe things were found out, and I don't know if she was tricking him or not. I haven't really thought about that.
But she stopped talking to him when she found out that he was the less than a male slave.
Gosh. Okay, let me get into these characters. Drow. It's on the toggle. I gotta mentally.
Export, what should I do to the Drow?
You see her across the room. You see her that she's standing in front of a window. She looks over toward you guys and she says to you guys, "What are you doing in here?" Who? And then she steps forward and then she pauses, and then she says, "You are not who you are you?"
Yes, we are.
You can see somewhat her eyes turn toward the table over in the center of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looks back at you, and then she says to you, "What are you doing here? I'm assuming you're the ones."
We're the ones sent to get you?
You have to imagine that I'm not stupid. I can see right through your disguise. I'm a priestess, not a simple drow. Now tell me, what are you doing in here?
I'm using intimidate.
X-Bolt?
I don't know.
I don't think that's a skill in your abilities.
Intimidating as X-Bolt is.
X-Bolt is giving you the bonus to intimidate.
Oh, can I use a bonus for?
I'll give you a D8 from X-Bolt if you're able to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna intimidate her then, with my intimidating stare.
I should get rid of my dice and your dice.
That's actually a halfway decent roll for me. Oh.
Gosh, can you push it toward the?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
And I have a +5.
Way to go,
to
X-Bolt.
intimidation.
All of a sudden, like in the Mortal Kombat games where that little dude like pops. I don't think you've played Mortal Kombat.
No.
Okay, let me talk to the chat then. In Mortal Kombat when the little guy, whenever I think you do like a punch, the guy goes, "Yippee." X-Bolt pops in and does that and does a little intimidation. You're yeah.
I'm picturing devotion right now, just like.
He pops in, and she kind of is a little bit okay. Before we get too far out of a story, or realness of out of the realness of the story, she looks and she's kind of confused, and she steps back a little bit. Okay, she once again looks back at the table over in the center of the room. Okay, I'm gonna put Quando in front of you, and he turns to you and he says, "Stick her out quick. We need to get out of here. Things aren't sounding good outside."
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna step that way.
You're stepping this way?
Yeah. What's on the table? Can I do a quick look?
Books, scrolls, papers, and stuff. And then you see what appears to be somewhat of a candles and a skull. And at the end, there's a dagger sticking out of the table. And then there is a book as well. So I just put a bunch of things. There's something on the table, but there's a bunch of things. And I set it so that hopefully...
I don't figure it out. Or I do.
Quando charges over. "We want one thing, and that's the key. Give us the key to the lost chambers now." She looks and she says, "You'll never take the key from me."
Can I do a quick glance?
And she says, "Step one step closer to me and I'll break your..."
I'm trying to read the scrolls and the books really quick, just like titles.
Go ahead and roll for a... Where are my skills at?
Investigation?
Yeah. Wrote them all down. Yeah, it's the investigation.
All my good rolls are going to happen now. 22.
22, geez. Yeah, you're going to roll really good. And then once we do the actual combat...
As soon as I start fighting, then I won't be able to hit her.
Everything seems like your normal scroll. Everything seems put away pretty nicely. But then the candles, for some reason, when you look at the candles, the flames flicker, and they were somewhat of a pink and a yellow. But then they cross over toward the blade. And the dagger that's sticking out of the table, there is somewhat of a light that reflects through it. You notice it's no longer a normal blade, but you can tell it's some kind of some kind of special blade.
Mm-hmm. Can I take it?
Let's go ahead
Dang.
and roll for initiative. Okay.
Okay.
Gosh. Do we have to go to initiative? Okay, let's do
I
this.
just don't want her getting super cool special blade.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
What do we add?
So you're gonna do your attack.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this new initiative. So her team has to have better odds. So I'm gonna set the DC. It's gonna be pretty high DC because she is fast. So I'm gonna put it at an 18. And one of you. So I'm gonna roll for her team, and she's also gonna roll. So at least you or your team have to beat the 18.
I did.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and roll for your team.
Because I got a 21.
Awesome, they did not beat it, so good. Let me get my action dice. Jeez, I meant to like change the music. And with that, she sees you over at the table, and then she kind of looks angrily, and she says, "Step away from there now, you!" And then she starts charging. You can tell she's moving in your direction, okay? I'm going to allow you to... Gosh, let's go ahead and change the music. I was hoping to be in like a nice conversation for a little bit.
No. Well, Quando kind of did that.
Let's do this. She charges in your direction. She looks pretty mad. You can see her fist wrap around, and then Quando kind of focuses in on her. He wants to strike at her as well. Okay, I'm going to give you the options, okay? Do you want to go, or do you want to let Quando and your guys go?
Oh, I'm going to go. I want to get that dagger.
Cool. Yep, it is right. I'm going to move you. You're going to have to take a move action. Okay, so you move. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Let us know if the music is like way too much, and I'll lower it down a little bit, guys. It's my way of getting energy in our gameplays during combats, because combats can be so difficult to run sometimes. Come here, I have a yelling cat at me that never doesn't want to jump up.
Because he wants his dinner. Yeah, so move, and then I'm going to use a minor action to grab it.
Yep, that's correct. You pull it, all of a sudden, as you go ahead and do a wisdom save, a charisma save, please.
Oh dear. $13.
With a 13, as you wrap your hands around the blade to go pull it out, all of a sudden your hand frosts over. Okay, and you pull that blade out. Okay, but it is somewhat like stuck in your hand. You're only gonna. I won't give you any damage in this one, but it is stuck in your hand.
I've got fire.
You have fire if you use your fire. Okay. Is that all your actions?
No. I only did a move action.
Gotcha.
Okay,
She has her eyes fully on you.
I will use the fire.
Gotcha.
To defrost the blade.
And I'll allow you to do that freely. Your hand is freed from the hold of this thing. You can see it.
Wait, that is an action.
Yeah.
So casting. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yes.
Cool. Anything else?
I'm gonna do Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And I'm putting a hole in my stamina point thingy here.
Get you some dry erase.
Seriously.
Character sheets.
Right.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, pause.
Yep. Go,
What's up, buddy?
Go ahead and do you want to take him, Christine, over?
Yeah.
Yep. 1 second, guys. We gotta put a little sneaky kid
Come here, boy.
back
Say hi
into
to
bed.
everybody. Say hi to Uncle Pete. He's watching.
Hi, Uncle Pete.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Go to bed.
Get going. Okay.
He says hi.
See, I don't know what to talk about now. Let me see if I have a list of things to talk about while you're kind of putting. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. So I started planning for her character, for the priestess. But I kind of struggle to make the character sheet for her, her stats and her abilities. I basically built her so she has unarmed abilities and she has armed abilities. So she has an ice, obviously what my wife just took. With that, it's pretty powerful in her hands for now. But she also has her abilities without. Like she's been trained just to avoid assassins. So she knows how to fight really well. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. How's work going? How's everybody doing? How's playing games? Playing TTRPGs? Hopefully this is not too long. Let's see. Yeah. She is going to have, let's see, Lyodon is her name. It's kind of nice because now I'm learning how to play Drow or learning how to create more. It takes a lot of work when you're doing like a live show and having to pull all these things together, the tokens and then the character sheets. You know, usually when you're either just doing an audio record or you're not recording at all, you know, you can really just make stuff up on the fly. But I usually try to have as much information for people to view and be able to see. But yes. So I'm hoping good.
Fun fact though.
What? Oh, perfect. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, let's get back into it. What was the other action that you used for?
I'm firing an arrow at her.
Yep, you're firing an arrow at her as she is charging towards your area. She has just completely ignored Quando.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shiro.
Oh, beautiful. 26.
With the 26, the arrow fires through the air. Quando looks over at you, and then she does not look phased when she's charging in your direction as you pull the dagger, flip it to your side, and then pull your bow out and aim and fire right at her. She quickly moves her hand, and then right as it reaches just close to her face, her hand wraps around it, breaks it in half, and it falls to the ground. And she is still focused on you as she's charging in your direction.
It's a natural.
I know. I will tell you right now. She has a Apex feature where on the first ranged attack, she can pretty much just negate all the damage on the attack.
First, just the first one of the combat.
I cannot tell you anything else. I cannot tell you anything else. I knew this was going to happen. That's just like, because I'm trying to build story into the combat. You know what I mean? I knew you were going to fire like right away. And I was like, well, I need her to look sick. So, yeah.
I need to be untouchable. So.
I need her to look at me. Yep. Cool. That's all your turns. Let's do this.
Yes. It's the second time.
My natural 20. She's going to be saying about it like for like the rest of my life.
Yeah.
She's like, you remember that Drow where like I rolled a nat 20 and it should have hit it, but then you totally just.
Yeah. And then it happened again.
I have it written down. It's written down right here on the notes. First time you use on the first ranged attack, negate all attack damage. And she is moving right over towards you. Okay? Mm-hmm. We're going to go ahead and let me put up these what's called.
Go to bed, mister. Well, you're gonna have to go figure it out. Hey, stop. Go. You're fine. It's probably just a little gas bubble.
She is going to move. Good. Everything right? Yeah, my kid's been drawing on the walls. She's gonna move 1, 2. It's gonna be each 2 places. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. She is right up on you. 1 action to move. She's gonna go ahead and do an unarmed strike. She's gonna go ahead and do a.
I'm gonna do heroic parry.
Got you. She's gonna use her punch and then that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and increase that. So let's go ahead and roll that out. Get my dice out. See how well I'm gonna roll tonight. Oh gosh, that's gonna be a 11.
No.
She charges up across the table. I'm gonna say actually she's gonna put you right in this area, and she just flings an arm and it slides it right over your head. Okay. She looks, yeah, she is not happy. Okay, it's gonna go over towards you. Quando is gonna go ahead and move quickly over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. He is gonna go ahead and try to attack her.
And she's flanked now.
Yep. So he gets a plus
3.
I think it's a +2 to something.
+2 to his attack.
It might be a +2 to the attack.
I'm
This is
pretty
the first time actually we're doing it correct.
Right?
Congratulations.
I know, usually we're like, oh, we give ourselves advantage. That's
Yeah.
not correct.
Let me go ahead and grab his dice and roll for him. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a challenge for me. He is gonna go ahead and swing in. So he rolled a 17 plus 3, so that's gonna be a 20. Plus, I believe he gets a +2.
Yep.
Yep. Awesome. 22. Swings in, and it's going to be a heavy hit. So she is going to go ahead and take 2 damage. Yeah, 2, 1, 2, 3 damage. Okay. Awesome. He swings in, he just crosses her. She tries to avoid it and gets smacked across the face. Okay. Quando looks at you and he says, "Let's do this. We need the key."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And with that, he is going to go ahead and Toggle's going to go. What Toggle? I mean, Toggle's going to help you guys out, I guess. Gosh, you guys are just jumper.
What did you expect to happen?
Trying to consider this. I know. All of a sudden, at the door, you hear somebody coming. All of a sudden, other guards come.
Here's his butt. He's pulling stuff out right now.
No, I won't do that to you. I'll let it fly. Let's go ahead. Dogla charges over here and stuff. Ilzarin kind of steps back. Okay, he's very broken by this. Okay, he's not really enjoying this. And Toggle kind of comes over and stuff. He says, "Just get the key and let's go. Come on. We need to just destroy this thing." He is just going to move over and give you the abilities. And he's going to do some dodge actions just in case if she tries to. He might actually just help you. He might do a reaction to grow if he needs to. Okay. Cool. That's going to be it. She's going to go ahead and go. She is going to use her actions. 1, 2, 3. She's going to go ahead and try to take the thing from you.
Okay.
She wants it.
I bet she does.
Gosh. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this attack.
Triple advantage.
Oof. Oof.
I'm sorry, babe.
Oof. Yeah, you can see her. She needs that dagger blade. She's flinging her arm at you and she's crushing around. You can see she's very skilled, but it is her. She's surrounded by you guys. Okay, this is not a good circumstance. Okay, cool. It's going to go over toward your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and what would happen if I attacked her with her own blade?
You will have to roll. This blade, I mean, you can attempt to.
Blade
As
doesn't
you
like
reach
enough.
over, you have the bow and stuff in your hand. You're going to probably do a minor action and kind of put that bow back. I
Yeah,
don't know
I'll
if it's
probably
a
drop my sword.
attack of opportunity
Um,
for pulling out a different weapon. As you go for the blade, it is like glowing. I shouldn't say it's glowing, but you can see the frost
yeah, I'm not gonna
floating
touch
off of it and stuff. You know that every single time you touch it, you're going to have to.
Use fire.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, yeah. Does it provoke an attack opportunity?
To kind of like pull out your change weapon.
Yes. Let's see.
I think I'm gonna make a guess. I want it to be yes. I usually don't like get on you about when you switch your weapons, but I feel like it would. I feel like it would. I feel like it should. You know, if you're like, you have your bow and you're just gonna be like, let me just put this back behind me. She's fast too, so she should be able to attack you. Reactions. I gotta figure out what I want to
Trigger. A creature you see within your melee range uses its movement to leave your melee range, draws a weapon,
do. Awesome.
picks up an item off the ground, or takes the object action.
Did you want to? You have your bow right now.
Yeah, well, I can't exactly shoot it right next to. Well, I could actually.
But you have a long bow. I think that gives you a disadvantage.
It has a disadvantage, yeah.
Yes. We'll see.
Let's see.
I think my rolls are going to get better.
I'll just. Well, no, because she'll probably just destroy it.
Destroy it.
My ranged attack.
Just do whatever you want. Don't think about
Okay.
what's called. Yep, just do what you want.
I'm gonna drop my sword.
Cool. She's gonna take an action.
Yep.
As you go to do that, she's gonna power it up. Okay. Are you doing anything or no?
Yeah. I'll parry her again.
Cool. And that's gonna be a 24.
Dang it.
Yes, I knew it. I knew
Right,
it.
a
I knew it.
regular hit.
Yes, I got the rolls back now, Daddy. Just gotta be patient. Sometimes you get those low rolls, and it's like, all right, just let them go. Just let them pass. Okay, 1 round, that's fine. But once you start rolling again, good.
It's just a regular hit.
Just a regular hit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's gonna be, and she goes to swing at you, and then she just, you can see the rage in her face, and she just swings hard. She's gonna go ahead and do 1 damage, and then go ahead and do an agility save, please.
She ain't getting that. No take for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh.
So
And
like
then
she
she
like
goes-
punches and I just like roll with it and roll away from her.
Yeah. As you reach for your blade to try to slash at her, she tries to go and grab at you, and you avoid it completely.
I'm gonna come full circle.
Go ahead and do actually another might save as well.
I thought you could only.
I'm curious on that one, but you go ahead and do a might save.
All you can do is do a melee attack.
What do you mean?
You for your opportunity attack reaction.
You can't add maneuvers or anything like that to it.
It just says you can spend 1 AP to make a melee martial attack against a provoking creature.
Really? I always thought that it was like you can spend as much as you want. Man.
You might be able to like give yourself advantage on it, but I don't think you could like take a turn.
You can spend one action point to yes.
Because it's a reaction.
I'm like having so much fun and stuff. Okay, we'll let it slide through.
Okay. So I'm gonna come around. I'm going to do an attack, and I am going to impose a condition upon it.
Yeah, you're attacking?
Yes.
Cool. Then I'll spend my last one, and then you're going to do a might save after you do this.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, a physical save. Agility save.
$18.
An 18, you said, for an attack? That's going to be a precision. I'm assuming it's a precision attack. So that's going to be a
Probably.
heavy hit. What's the damage on it?
Heavy hits can be 3.
Okay.
And then you are also going to have the bleeding condition upon you.
Nice.
Because I do that.
Yep, I know what that is.
And so I'd say make a might save.
You have to take an agility save.
Oh, agility save.
Yep.
There we go. Natural 1. Have the dagger. It's all yours.
Nope, not the dagger. As you're swinging your blade and you're moving it around, you slash at her and you look back up at her, and then she looks at you as she's bleeding, and then she quickly, as you're looking at her, she moves her hand so fast toward your arm. She grabs your arm and then she pulls it back hard, and you feel like a pain shooting through your arm. You have a somewhat broken arm. You will have to do a med check to get that fixed.
Okay.
You cannot use that arm, so you are one arm short. Okay. So that means no.
Dual wielding.
Yes, correct.
And no longbow.
Yes, correct.
But it's a good thing I am dual wielding.
Go.
Take her down. She has a D8 help die on her next attack.
Awesome. This is going to go over to them because it skips her turn. Because she used up all of her actions to.
Well, but you really couldn't do that, so you would have.
I gave myself an advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'll just allow it. It's going to go over to your guys. Cool. Quando is mainly going to do a lot of the attacking. I think Toggle is just going to stay on the defense. We'll go ahead and do it fully for him. 1-2 action, give himself an advantage. He's going to go ahead and increase the damage. And then he is going to do that. Let's do that. Oh, gosh. Man. So that's 2 damage already right there.
See, now you're rolling really well.
Exactly. That's what you want, huh? So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Okay. As you can see, he kind of just pushes forward, and then he, using his grappling hook weapon, he just grabs on the arm, slashes her arm. Okay.
Did she take her bleeding damage on her turn?
You're right. She should be taking her. She would actually regain her actions at the end of her turn, huh? Right?
Yeah, she's gone back now, yeah.
Yep. I'll give her a bleeding damage. Okay. That's going to be it for him. He's going to attack one more time. Let's do that. And I'll give that back to you.
Does he have to take a disadvantage?
He does.
But he does get a +2 to that because she's flanked.
Gosh. He's going to get a normal hit on her. No, that's actually going to be a heavy hit. Okay. This is not too good.
Okay, well, it's her turn again, right?
She is going to attempt to get the dagger. Let's go ahead and go over to this. I gotta get into the actual mechanics of things. So she's gonna try to. Where is it at? I know I have it somewhere. Disarm. You are not holding with 2 hands at all. You're just holding it's onto the side of you, I would assume, okay?
Yeah.
So it does not have your size, normal size. Cool. So yeah, she's going to try to disarm you. It's going to be an attack roll versus whatever you want to choose. Athletic, acrobatics, or trickery, okay? She's going to give herself advantage. Okay, and then she's going to go ahead and roll to try to take it. Success. She's going to get to knock it to 1 space creature. Okay. 1. Jeez, these bad rolls. Okay, you have to beat me then.
Take that, bad roll. It's a crit failure.
It's a crit failure. She's going to push it onto the table right there. Boom. Right in front of her, okay? She's going to go ahead and use an action to try to grab at it. Okay? Yeah, it's gonna be an object action, so she does have it. Yeah, she's gonna grab it.
But I get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a hit. 25.
25. That's gonna be a brutal hit.
Brutal. So that's gonna be 4 damage then.
Nice. As you slash at her with your one arm. Cool. She has the blade down. Breathing hard.
Oh, did she take her bleeding too at the start of her turn?
Yes.
Cool.
Let's do it. She will go ahead and spend an action. And then let's go ahead and do that. That's going to be a 18 for an attack. With the ice blade in her hand, all of a sudden you then feel presence of this cold air just storming into this area that you guys are in. Okay, all 3 of you guys are in. Okay, all of a sudden it's slow and slight, but then all of a sudden just a bunch of just snow is just whirling around all of you guys violently. You're kind of cutting back and forth to be able to see her or not. And you just feel this immense cold just come upon you, okay? You see the snow has covered the ground, and it's starting to cover your feet, and then you see somewhat of a freezing growing up your leg, okay? What did I roll? I think it was like a 16. We'll say 16. Is that a hit or no?
No.
For area defense. No? Gosh. Okay. Go ahead and roll for a physical save, please.
I don't want
to. Huh? Jeez. I'll go ahead and roll for these guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Both Quando and Taza are going to go ahead and take 2. See if I'm 1 and 1. Cool. Yeah, the ice just kind of hits them. They seem a little bit shooken and confused about it. But you are just focused on her.
Mm-hmm.
She has made a difficult terrain in this whole area that you guys are somewhat in, okay? It is now covered in snow.
Not for long.
Yep. We'll see how all this goes.
So I'm just gonna like stare her dead in the face. I'm gonna light both hands on fire. And just... I'm gonna do my firebolt.
Okay.
Which... an attack. Two. Let's do a straight attack.
Disarm.
12?
12 for an attack with fire. What's it called? What is that against my area defense?
Rob.
I'm probably calling it wrong. Don't get too mad at me.
I mean, it's a 10 space attack. But it's a straight line, not...
Okay, so that's avoidable probably, I would assume. So precision.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. What's the number on it?
12.
12? Nope. She just drops low as if fire blazes right past her head. Okay.
Does it do anything to the difficult terrain, though?
Nope. Your flames just go right through it. Okay. It is still violently blowing. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and go for a sword attack.
Did you have the +2 for flanked?
No, I didn't. So it'll be 14.
Okay. It's going to be just a normal hit.
Oh, okay. Does that count for a spell attack?
Well, she is flanked.
Right.
And you're doing it rolling against her defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would assume that would be. But I will just call it.
Okay.
So what is it? 2 damage?
Yeah, 2 fire damage.
Okay. It barely grazes her end.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do an attack.
Okay.
With my sword. Powered up. And I get advantage. Um, 25.
25 is going to be a brutal hit. Jeez.
Okay.
You're actually doing really good. My rolls are bad. You're good.
Right. So brutal. It's going to be 4 damage. Oh, wait, sorry. 5 damage. Because I powered it up.
Okay.
Almost forgot. And she has a health die on her again.
She is, I think, well bloodied now. Let's go ahead and move her. She's going to do a full disengage. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then she is going to use an action to fire at you guys.
So full disengage, we can't attack of opportunity.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
Did she take a bleeding damage?
Yeah, she'll take a bleeding damage. And then she'll use that attack to attack you guys with. Okay, so that's going to be a 14. No, huh?
No, but
Defense
she
is
won't
good.
have taken the 2 damage of the fire because it's for melee attack only.
For melee attack only.
For
What were
flank, for the flank. The
Oh,
+2
gotcha.
For the fire damage.
So
So
then I'll bump it back up.
yeah. I was like, that doesn't really make sense. Let me look that up really quick because that is why I have the rule book in front of me, is for us to learn through this process.
14 is a no or yeah, no.
No.
Ice blazes come and she just throws them across the room. Okay, misses you guys. Actually, I should say it hits these 2 guys. So they're gonna take another 2 damage. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 damage. Really interesting.
Chocolate. I like chocolate.
Yes, chocolate keeps us going. Cool. I think that was all of our actions. She fully disengaged, and she moved, and then she used her what's called. You guys are in difficult terrain right now. Okay.
Okay.
I'll allow either you want to choose. You can either go or you can let them 2 go. But like I said, they, it's difficult terrain for them.
Okay.
Both, all you guys actually. So.
Chocolate, very good. Export chocolate, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how we are about 9 o'clock. That's work done. So yeah, chocolate keeps us going.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and go.
Okay.
Because I will go ahead and do another.
If anything, I'll paint the difficult terrain on here. Let's see if I can do it. If it'll let me. There it goes. Okay. That's the difficult terrain right there.
Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack again with my fire.
She has partial coverage.
Oh, behind the.
Yes, behind the desk. Yep.
Can I get up on top of the desk?
It's difficult terrain because it's snow, so it's going to take you your 2. So every movement, it's going to cost you additional 2.
I only have to move up 1 space, though, right?
And then climbing is a difficult terrain as well, so that's going to increase it probably by 3. So it's going to be cost you 3 to climb. I feel like no, that's actually going to take you 1 movement just to climb up that table.
Oh yeah.
Because it's already for it costs you 2 movements to climb up the table, and then it requires another 2 movements to go through the snow area.
Yeah, so 1 movement action to get up on top of the table.
But you're still going to be a space away from her.
Well, I don't want to be right up on top of her.
Okay. So you're just climbing up on the table?
Yes.
Gotcha. You find it very difficult. The snow is kind of everywhere. You have a trouble pulling your feet out of it and trying to pull yourself up. The wind is blasting you and pulling you down pretty hard, but you're able to climb up on top of the table. As you see her kind of partially coverage. Now you can. I don't think she's no longer partial coverage toward you. Cool. You're using your attack?
I'm actually going to do an object action really quick. Either before I get on the table or after. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going
You are out of range. She's 1 space away from you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to take one of my monstrous concoctions. I'm going to drink it. It's elemental tolerance. I gain resistance 1 to the chosen elemental damage. Can you guess what chosen elemental damage?
You pull the cork, spit it in what it's called, and you just chug it down. It is like just a random color, say black, but for some reason it's able to kind of just, and you just feel a warmth in your body as you are not phased by it. Like you were like tied up, and then you kind of like loosen your body. And you can just feel like a steam kind of coming off your body as the snow is blasting you. She's looking at you angrily. You are still look like a mouth doomer. She says to you, what do you want here? You
just want the key. And then I'm going to like light her up on fire. So.
And she yells at you, I'll never get the key. That doom is ours. The House of Trial. The House of Trilaxes has full control. All of a sudden, Zarin yells across the room. Please, just give her the key. She looks over in the direction of Ilzarin, and she looks like floored.
But she wouldn't recognize his voice because she's never.
She doesn't recognize his voice. She doesn't recognize what he looks like. But she is a spellcaster, and she has an ability that allows her to sense, to see beyond. I feel like she has the ability to be able to sense presence of people.
Gotcha.
Yep. So she knew that originally you guys were not who you were.
Right.
She can see through your intentions, but then she has communicated with him before, so she has read his spirit or whatever. And she can, but yeah, she looks at you, and then all of a sudden you just blast fire in her direction.
Oh yeah, totally. So I'm attacking, giving myself advantage, and I'm adding another damage to it. Oh my.
I got you. Yeah, let's just move my dice out of the way.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Just go ahead.
2 natural 20s. That makes up for the 2 natural ones that I had in a row.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 burning damage.
The odds are in your favor. Greatly. What's the total damage? That's going to be a brutal hit.
5.
5 damage.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't think I get like the bonuses for brutal and stuff like that since it's the spell check. But
Awesome. Her turn.
yeah, she takes bleeding.
Yes. Yeah, she is completely just destroyed. Not because you're... it's because of my bad rolls. Because you got some really good rolls. She's completely destroyed.
Makes up for last week when I couldn't roll to save my life.
She looks up at Ilzarin, and then she looks up at you. She is going to use 2 actions. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to charge toward the window and look back. She is completely hurt. She says to you, gosh. You can see all of a sudden her ice blade dagger kind of just like more ice coming out of it and crystallizing over her body. You can see that she's somewhat hurt by it, but then she then points it at you, and then she then waves it, and a bunch of ice daggers are going to go flying in your direction. 1 and then 2. Okay?
Let's see, how can I do
Ranged attack.
sidestep? Or would it be a... Because this is going to be a widespread. What is area defense,
Yep.
right? Can I even defend against that with like a
I don't
parry or
think you
something?
can defend against it. I really don't know the rules for your abilities, for your reactions. It doesn't say
Well-
anything about like, because I know, like I said, we just switched over into the
Right.
area defense and the precision defense. I'm probably calling it, it probably isn't area defense, but I keep saying that. It's just easier for me.
Yeah, it is area.
It is area? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I got it. I learned the rules. Yeah, he's gonna try to shoot area defense. I would assume that it doesn't, but I don't know fully the rules.
Yeah. Well, let's see. It would be an attack
Mm-hmm.
maneuver. Or should I say maneuver? No. Okay, well, it just says... if a target is attacked against its... Oh, that's PD.
Yep. Oh, okay, go.
They're all PD.
Okay, so sidestep is a PD one as well.
Yeah, so...
Awesome.
Okay, it looks like the only AD ones is Raise Shield.
Okay,
Raise Shield, yeah.
that is going to be a 21 attack against your 80.
It's gonna be a regular hit.
Awesome. That is going to do a 2 damage. Once it hits you. Okay.
No, it's not. Is it cold damage though?
Yes, cold damage.
So I have,
You have resistance to it?
yeah.
Okay,
I
so
take
it
1
reduces it into
damage.
half. Yep.
Yeah. Because it's, yeah, elemental. Cool.
Gosh.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. No, wait. So she moved and then she used that. Yeah, that's it then. Yeah.
All right. Let's get up on her.
It's your go.
Yeah.
You're moving that direction?
Hmm.
You have slowed by 2. So it's gonna have to be 3 moves. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. You freeze right there.
Okay. Do it all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. right there.
Should get me out of there, right?
You are now out of there. The next steps you will take, you'll be able to be normal. As you're coming out of this violent storm that is right there in front of you, okay?
Get me up to her.
1, 2, 3, 4. And you are on her, okay? You can see through the window ahead of you, there is a gigantic war. I shouldn't say gigantic war, but there is below you. You can see through the window. There's fire burning. There's fighting taking place in the city of Menzoberranzan. And you see, like I said, the army is somewhat of the Drow moving all around, and the Menzoberranzans raging through the city's streets and everything. Okay. She kind of looks at you, confused, worried. You can see that she is a younger Drow priestess. She's probably one of the youngest sisters.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Last chance. Drop the weapon. Give us the key. I'm just like staring her dead in the eye.
Yep.
I'm like kind of cradling my hurt arm, but I mean, I'm not giving an inch. I've still got my blade drawn. I'm ready to use it.
I'm assuming you have actions, right?
I've got one action left, yeah.
Cool. She is weak. She stands up, and then she looks at you, and then she reaches into her pocket.
Drop the dagger.
And with that, she drops the dagger. Falls to her hand, out of her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then ice crystals rip up, come back to her hand, and the ice blade becomes back into her hand, and she swings it towards you. Alzarin grabs her by the hand.
You got over here quick.
I know. That's what I hate about maps. You really, like, when it comes to story, it's kind of like, well, how did he do that? He grabs her by the hand. And then she then pulls her hand from him, and it slashes him across the face, okay?
Oh, I can't chop her hand off while he's got a hold of it.
He lets go. He let go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to use my last
She
action
looks at
then.
you with the blade daggering straight towards you, okay? She's going to use all her actions, but I'll let you use your
Yeah, I
action
still
first.
have an action here.
She's going to use her actions to attack you.
I use my last action to try to chop her hand off. Or her head, whichever's convenient. That's going to be 25.
With that, as she pulls her hand away from Ilzarin and slashes him across the chest, he falls to the side of the floor and stuff back. And you can just tell that he is very bothered by all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you then don't care because you have somewhat of a hate for Ilzarin.
No, he's a drow.
assuming.
I
You have no justice, and you step into her, and your blade just moves fast.
Mm-hmm.
And she falls to the floor.
Beheaded.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I have no love for Ilzarin, but like character flaw, he's now part of my team whether I like him or not, and so therefore I feel more of a need to defend him.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, like, seeing her attack him, I'm just like, nope, you're done.
Yep.
It's like, what?
Goes to Ilzarin.
And then I'm going to. Can I find the key on her?
With that in her pocket, you find the key. It's a very fine key. It's very small. It's made out of like what appears to be an old, like a feather-esque thing, but it is stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give that to Quando. And then can I do a medicine check to heal my arm?
Quando and Toggle walk over to you. They see the body of the Drow. They see the war that's going on outside the window. Toggle kind of gives you... Do you have any medical kits or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yes, you may. Go ahead and roll for that. If you don't succeed, then we'll do it again later.
You've been good to me today, Dice. For medicine check. +5, so 14.
14.
I'm
Yep.
sorry, no, 13. But that's still.
You're able to wrap it pretty well and stuff, and you kind of bend it and move it, and you feel a lot freer with it. If you're able to grab your blade and hold it well. Okay. Toggle kind of picks up Ilzarin. Ilzarin steps up, but he doesn't look back. You can hear him kind of like crying. I wouldn't say like he's like crying like a little girl. Like he's not like he's just like he doesn't look at the body. He knows what has been done. And then he turns around, walks over without looking at it, reaches down, and pulls the blade. It does not affect him whatsoever. He then holds the dagger close and he stabs it into the marking on his body. And then something happens. The blade, something about her blood as well. And you can then see the marking that he had, the Drow curse that was on him. It's slowly starting to kind of melt off his body and fall away.
Whoa.
He then takes the blade and it turns into a normal blade, a dagger. He looks up at you and then he says to you, gosh, maybe I don't know what he's going to say.
I just look at him and I just say, it had to be done. She was not going to help us.
I know.
And we couldn't let her just walk out. And I just like walk past him. Because I don't have time for sentimental Drows.
Yeah, you take the key and you charge straight down the chamber. You go straight over toward her entrance. You do see what appears to be, hear a voice saying, "Hey, what's going on down there?" And then charging down the chamber, you can hear the Meth Doom guards coming around the corner somewhat, okay? Quando and Toggle race over and stuff. Quando pulls out his grappling hook, spins it around. He throws it across the room as the one comes around the corner and it just bashes him across the face. Yep, knocks him down on the ground. Toggle then grows a little bit bigger of a size, okay?
I'm going to go ahead and unlock the door.
And then as you go to unlock the door, you put it inside of the wall that has the picture of Lolth. Put the keyhole through it. And as you go to do it, Ilzarin steps to you and he says, "I knew you had to do what you had to do." And then he says to you, he says, "I will show you the way to Menzoberranzan, and you will get your revenge." With that, the door opens, and the walls separate. He then grabs the cloak and pulls it over your head. And he says, "Best wear this while you're in here." And with that, Hugh and him step in, and the chamber closes behind you.
Oh, great. I'm in here with the Drow by myself.
You can hear Kondo and Toggle just fighting on the outside. You then go into this chamber, and it is... Let's see if I can kind of give maybe if I have it. I might not have one. Let's just do... We'll do this one maybe. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. You walk into this chamber. It's lit purple and stuff. You can feel somewhat of the Lolth presence and stuff. You can hear it beckoning on you. And it kind of bothers you by a lot. Okay. You can hear the sounds of voices talking to you and raging against your body and stuff. Lil Zarin kind of touches you and he says, "Stop. Don't worry." And you then see what appears to be a face just looming over you, okay? of somewhat like lost presence.
Mm-hmm.
And then he points over toward the back of the wall, and he says, and then he points to where the feather needs to go. Okay? You can see somewhat of like chains, a window, and chains that flood down. Okay?
So we need the cook, don't we?
You do. We had a cook. The cook is there too. You're probably gonna need me. I don't need a good bucket. He, you open up the case. The cook looks over. I'll actually put the cook right. And he grabs, I love these pictures. he picks up the feather. It doesn't affect him at all.
Mm-hmm. He starts
You
to
and
like glow, doesn't he?
Ilzarin.
Like...
Yes, he does. His body glows. He steps over toward that window, and then he reaches out into that window of darkness, and he lets the feather go, and then it swirls, and then it flies, and it lands on something. And as you look through this window, you then all of a sudden see 2 eyes open up.
Ooh.
And then you hear the chains moving, and you then see its body starting to glow up. And then its mouth opens, and you see a blue glow coming out of it. And you see what appears to be like a white and blue fire that shoots through this gigantic chamber that it is in.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that it is some sort of a dragon.
Oh.
And the cook steps back, and then he says, Methadon. And with that, all of a sudden, the chains start raking and breaking and smashing and then pulling, and the ship of this Galdoom starts moving from side to side. All of a sudden, the door slides open, and there's Quando, and he says, let's go. I got hooks at the onto the window. Run.
Right.
It's moving. All of a sudden, you can then just feel this whole Galdoom chamber lift up off the ground. It's somewhat like an elevator rising up as you guys are racing toward the area in which you guys were fighting that Drow priestess.
Mm-hmm.
You rush into the chambers, and you can see the main window in which she stood. It's broken open, and the grappling hooks are roped up. Okay, let's go ahead and roll some skill challenges. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it.
Okay.
Another fire breathes through the chamber in which you came through. Okay, the whole ship of it is risen off of the ground as you step to the windows and look down. Okay, pick a skill and tell me what you're doing. Okay, you can see it's rising off of the ground, and you don't have a lot of time.
Oh.
This dragon's face has kind of pushed toward that way that you were in, and is breathing fire through it. Fills up the chamber. The methadumers that are in there get wiped out completely.
I think I'm gonna climb down the rope.
Cool. Let's do
I'm
that.
gonna grab and just like rappel down.
We're gonna go ahead and do a DC. This does not be too bad. It's gonna be a DC of 12.
Acrobatics
Okay.
check.
Yep. Acrobatics check.
7. My arm hurts still. Okay.
Yes. As you go sliding down this rope, you try to grip it, and then you just feel a surge of pain. You slip and you let go of the rope. You start falling through the air, and then all of a sudden, your hand grabs another hand, and your hand freezes up. And you look up, and you can see Ilzarin holding your hand and holding onto the rope. And you can see that he has somewhat of the ice power that is covering in through his hand. And he's using it to hold you to him so you don't fall to your death.
Great. Now I owe the Drow my life. No.
At first you hated the Drow so much, and now you still want to hate the Drow. Here he is trying to be nice to you. Quando says, let's go! And then he just kicks Ilzarin. Ilzarin slides his hands through the rope. You guys are sliding violently. Toggle is like just torpedoed himself through the window with the rope attached to himself. Okay. You can then see as you guys drop, you look up, and then you can see the cook, and he's standing at the top of the window. He appears to be content in his place. as you guys fall through the sky down to the ground. Okay. Quando, then you can see him also falling. He doesn't have any grappling hooks attached to him, but he has some ropes wrapped around. You see him flying through the sky, and he throws 2 of the hooks. They go flying, and one hooks toward the side. Let's go ahead and do another skill save, okay?
Okay.
As you're being held by those arms, okay? What are you doing? Quando is utilizing his grappling hooks. They're going to hook to the wall, and he's going to fly himself through. And he's going to try to catch you guys and bring you guys to a safe.
Survival?
Let's do it.
Okay. 13.
With a 13, you try to like grab onto Ilzarin a little bit better. You're going to take 1 damage. Okay. All of a sudden, Quando swings violently in your direction. He hits you across your face. Okay. You are struggling to hold on. You are all bunched up somewhat with a rope as he flies through the air and crashes into the wall. And then you guys fall to the ground safely. All of a sudden, you see Galdoom fully raised up. And then all of a sudden, you just see instantly, like as though it was let go, and then it just drops. You can see a bunch of meth doomers and Drow just racing as far as they can away from this thing, and then it comes to a crash, and a wave comes over. You see what appears to be somewhat of a cover, so let's go ahead and roll for the last skill challenge, okay?
Okay. Well, I've already done acrobatics.
Yes.
And I've already done survival.
Correct.
So I guess an athletics check would
That's
be
fine.
warranted.
That works, yeah. You hit the ground, you quickly slide, roll, pick yourself up, and just race as fast as you
I
can.
always fail skill challenges.
Yep.
I always fail skill challenges.
I know, this is where I usually give you the most damage.
I know.
I'll give you a break. With that, you see a stone falling through the air. As this haboo of wave comes right in your direction, and the rock hits you on your leg, twist, you fall to the ground. Zara looks very mad. Quando Toggle is completely behind the coverage, and Quando throws a rope hook. It wraps around your arm, and he just pulls you, and he slides you into the safe place.
My poor arm.
You are pretty hurt.
I know, I'm pretty hurt. How much damage did I take?
And with that, 2 damage. Cool.
Yeah, I rolled all my good rolls early.
And I didn't have to roll anything. And you guys are completely safe.
See, that's the trick. You just have to get me with skill challenges.
And with that, you guys, the smoke clears. And as the smoke clears, you can see what appears to be through the clouded smoke, you can see like gigantic wings and a partially glowing dragon in the midst of Methdoom. It turns its body and its head, and it moves and it waves through the air, and you can see it just blasting the same white and blue energy through this gigantic chamber. Okay.
Well, we promised the Methadon. We should probably get out of here.
We should probably find somewhere to rest. We'll go as far as we can. He points in a direction. Quando nods his head. Toggle grabs himself together. And he pulls you. I think Quando pulls you up on his shoulder and stuff and helps you and stuff.
I can walk. Kind of.
And
no,
you guys
pretty busted up from that rock.
walk in the direction of the... So Methdoom is a pretty big travel. You guys gotten through 1 day of Methdoom. You still have 3 more days to travel.
We were over still by the entrance.
Yeah, pretty much. I know. Exactly. So we're not gonna count it out. But yeah, you have 3 days of 3 or 4 days of travel.
Are we gonna go back to what's his name?
You don't need to.
Tordoro or whatever.
You don't need to. Because he told you he'd give you a distraction. This was a distraction for you to get out of the way.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we can find a spot to do a full rest.
You guys travel for quite some time. Let's go ahead and roll for survival to try to see if you can avoid exhaustion.
17.
17, yes. You are able to rough it up, and you're able to avoid the exhaustion for the travel till you guys reach to a place where it's completely vacant. Myth Doomers, you don't see a lot of Drow or anything like that, so you find a good resting place.
Is there like a house that we can hide in?
Yes, that is correct.
Vacated house. Cool.
Yep. Very much. Cool. And with that, we'll end it there.
Awesome.
Yep. I am glad. Let me see. All in. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah. It's good. We're at a good...
Yeah.
We made it to where we wanted to get to.
Yes.
So.
I know.
Next week, you'll be fighting me.
Yeah.
And I'll be pulling out Apex ability.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I'll tell you this, like for ending, I shouldn't say ending campaigns, but ending certain things, it takes a lot of, you guys, good episode. Thank you very much. Wow. Ending campaigns, I wouldn't call it a campaign because it's a short little stint. It's a challenge. You know what I mean? Because I think you build this so much into the story and then you get to the very end. And sometimes the dice don't roll very well. And so like the whole thing kind of really is a bit of a challenge. I try to just enjoy... like, hey, if I'm not rolling good, I'm not rolling good. I can't like be too upset about it. It was awesome and well done. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You kind of put a lot of, shouldn't say put a lot of work into it, but it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like, I get home from work, and then I go and I just put up everything real quick, and then I go take care of the kids, and then, yeah, we just have to, all the lighting, all the everything, setting everything up. So yeah, it's a lot of work. But yeah, I think I enjoyed the journey too. The journey too. That last battle was a bit of a challenge, you know. I think you want to like close up doors and, you know, put a bow on everything and make everything.
She's like OP here.
She had some abilities, but she didn't have her blade, so I couldn't utilize half of her abilities, which was, I think, was going to be an interesting thing. I wasn't sure how that was going to play out, but I was going to allow it to flow. So basically, I tried to put abilities that would back her up if she didn't have her blade. I thought it would be an interesting story to where you guys had walked in and she was not prepared, or she didn't have her weapon prepared. Like, she wasn't expecting people to enter the chambers. And now she's going to have to try to, like, get her blade. I gave you clues for that, and you read it perfectly. And then you rolled really good to figure out which item it was.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I tried to like really push it, you know. But yeah, you found the right one. And then I was like, yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm just going to take one of these candles. I'm going to burn all of the paperwork because she's a priestess. So maybe it's like a spell check thing. And then steal the dagger.
Yeah. Because my goal was basically having that dagger is going to go over to Ilzarin. And Ilzarin is now going to be a spellcaster. Yeah. I was excited. I feel bad. I shouldn't say feel bad, but Ilzarin has played such a simple backseat character with a lot to say. But now he's actually going to get to play as a combat, you know. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I'd hate for him to just be a dead weight around me.
I know, you see him as dead weight. I think he's going to prove himself now.
Well, he saved my life now, so it's a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
But who knows what will happen.
I don't think you like it. I don't think you like this relationship. You'd prefer more of the combat relationship where he's just like a jerk to you than compared to the awkward, like, okay, he saved my life.
Yeah.
I still hate you.
Yeah. Oh, no. I
still want to kill you.
Still totally hate him. And if he takes one wrong move, I'll still, without hesitation, take him out. But yeah, he didn't allow me to just fall to my death, which would have been very convenient for him.
No.
And
he has reasons to not.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, it'll be good. It should be fun. we'll take a little pause break on this campaign.
We're probably gonna skip a couple days. Yeah, so we're gonna take a break and stuff. So we're not gonna be playing next Wednesday, but we'll probably play the following Wednesday.
What do I play next week?
Because I don't want to.
Oh,
I don't like the people out there.
The weird people who watch us. We're gonna get to play earlier next week.
You're right.
Well, we'll see if we're prepared. We'll see if we're prepared.
Yeah, we'll see if we're prepared.
But yeah, I am officially done with my Wednesday night clients. So,
Yep. So we're gonna play a lot earlier and stuff, which is gonna be really nice.
Yeah.
So
play like closer to 3 o'clock. Well, whenever you get home from work, we can set up date night.
Yeah, we usually do date night. This is like our date night somewhat.
Yeah.
Where we kind of play these games and stuff, but we're both super excited, tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm super excited. We're gonna be getting started earlier, so hopefully this will be less late. We'll be able to be more into the game mentally.
Yeah. We'll just start getting hungry halfway through, but we'll munch on whatever if we need to.
And I'm curious to kind of try out the other subclasses in DC20.
Yeah.
So give them a try. I really like. I've played the rogue. I think I've somewhat played the monk. I played the rogue and the wizard. Rogue and wizard. I always play wizard. I'll never go away from playing a wizard.
Well,
Wizards are powerful, or they're probably like the most powerful player. I swear, like every other class should be afraid. Every other class should be afraid. Like the moment you like enter a dungeon and you see a wizard, then you should pull your sword.
Only you can prevent fireballs. Kill the wizard first.
Yeah, I love the wizard. Wizard's powerful and cool. Come on, Gandalf. Who doesn't love Gandalf?
Is Chris even still on? I don't even know if Chris is still on.
No, I don't care who is called. We get so much hate.
But yeah, no, that should be a lot of fun actually. That you'll get to play the different
some of the classes. Yep.
Classes, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious. We're gonna have to look and try to see where we can find some monsters.
Yes.
I've been building most of our monsters. It's been it goes back and forth. Her building this monster. Yep, he does live. He lives. Building her was a challenge. I don't know why, but building the other creatures like the Meth Doom Guard was fun. I enjoyed it, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to run it. And I ran it, and it went really well. I liked it. Same with the Drow. I think they were more of side characters, so they didn't need a lot of powers.
Be interesting to see you play like the champion and the commander.
Oh yeah.
'Cause those are kind of newer types. I feel like.
Face. Oh, don't boycott my face. Put a sticker over me. I'm sorry. Not that I don't hate everybody. I hate people. I just tell it like it is. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. We're crashing. Yeah. No, we love you guys. We love you guys.
Yes.
We're slowly gonna get growing and stuff. We appreciate our friends and our family and stuff. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we do. We definitely appreciate that you're on, you're watching, supporting. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really does. So.
Yeah, well, come check us out when we do our Paranoia game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, oh my gosh, I have so much.
I'm excited for it. I really am. Yeah. Like, I enjoy Paranoia as a game because it's just so totally, completely opposite of what we normally play.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's easier for me sometimes because then I can just do whatever the heck I want to do.
We all just do that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It's just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so chaotic, but it's a lot of fun. Like, I'm excited. I really am excited. So we'll see how many clones I end up killing.
I'm afraid that you guys gonna get rid of all your clones early.
Well, if people keep donating over $100 and you're wiping us all out, then yeah.
Cool.
That would suck. But it would also be kind of funny. Yeah. Then we just have to like start all over again. I don't know what you're talking about. Team leader is sus?
Team leader is sus. What is that? Sus? Is that like a...
Suspect. Suspicious.
Oh, suspicious. That's what that means. I don't ever know what the heck that means. Everybody always says sus. And I was like, what's sus?
Yeah. I think it means that.
Nice. Good luck with that. Yep. Yeah.
I've thought about doing that, donating like say like
Donating and stuff.
wanna,
Yeah. If
like,
you guys donate
attack.
on we have the link
Yeah, there's a
actually
link in
on this video, and
yeah.
we'll have the link also on our live. That's right now, it's open. So if you go on there, you follow the link, and you can go ahead and do it now, and I will see it. And if you make a mention and stuff in the videos when we actually go our games, I will direct that toward a certain person. So
I'm very tempted to
yeah.
trigger some mutant abilities.
Oh really? Gosh.
Or have somebody attacked by a mutant.
Yep.
It's gonna go towards Chris.
We'll see.
I'm gonna send a mutant his way.
We'll see. We'll see how everything plays out and stuff. Well, I think we'll have a lot of fun for that. I'm looking forward to when we actually have our big groups and stuff, and we can get back into our gameplay. I really enjoyed the what was it? The Shade Willow. We played the Shade Willow.
Yeah.
Go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. We did a run through. Hopefully the volume isn't too like loud. My forgiveness. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. We kind of made a little bit of a remix to the story a little bit, but still playing the same monsters and everything. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, and
nice, yeah.
And then I'm also, like I said, curious to actually play out our next part of this. I hopefully plan to kind of get all the maps completed, all the monsters completed before we actually start. This is something new to me, having to kind of like make something every single episode, make the arts, make the tables, make the tokens, make the monsters. So I'd rather just have all that prepped and ready to go, and then run through it and use it whenever I need to use it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how that story goes.
There.
You're on your way to Menzoberranzan. I don't know how easy I'm going to make it.
Probably not.
I probably won't make it easy. Yeah, you'll probably... We'll see. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks you guys for watching once again.
Yes, thanks guys.
Go check out DC20. That's what we play. We love it. Let go of D&D. Just let it go. Just...
That's old news.
Wave goodbye and walk away from it. And go over to DC20 or Daggerheart or something new. It is going to be a time where D&D is dead and gone, and all these new games are going to take the place. Or have taken the place. So I'm happy because I'm kind of slowly getting used to playing this, and I want to play this more. I want to see more content like this of either DC20 or whatever else that's out there. You know, I think we've kind of seen a lot of switching, people trying out different gameplays. So. Good night, Chris Bryles.
You're the bestest.
You're the bestest. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
So, yep. We'll end it there. Like I said, check out Shield Rest. Check out Bardic Aggravation. And, yeah, keep subscribe, support us as best as we can.
Yeah.
We can stay on here. We can keep paying the water bills.
Stop us. Yeah. Right. Yep. Good night, guys. See y'all next week.
And we are